Welcome, everybody, to Stump the Guru. Hope you're doing well. This is our third or fourth episode of our show, and very excited to be here. We have lots of folks who have dialed in, sent messages through, and we have a few folks in the queue right now. And my name is Ari Galper. I specialize in trust-based selling, and a whole new approach to basically working in a sales process where you're not chasing people, you're building trust with them. It's a very contrarian view of the world of selling, and hopefully you'll all get the chance to learn some new ideas today. If you're watching this right now and you want the chance to get in the queue here and ask me a live question during the show, just go to stumptheguru.com. That link, stumptheguru.com. It'll forward you right into the queue. Excuse me. And I can pull you in to ask me a question, to ask me your toughest sales questions. So that's the show format today. It's more of a Q&A. We have some folks who have also submitted their questions in advance, have been selected. If you want to ask me a question for a future show, just go to unlockthegame.com/stumptheguru, submit your question there via video, and if you're selected, you'll get ahead of everybody else for our next show. We do it once a month, where people can come here, get some live coaching, pick my brain, leave the show the answers right away, and get results immediately. So I'm going to go to the queue right now. There's a few folks who are waiting for us to help them out. So I'm going to pull someone in now on my list, and we'll start the show. So let me come over here. I'm going to grab Gina. I think you should be. Hi, Gina. How are you?
Hi, Ari. How are you?
Good to see you.
And you, sir.
Awesome. Glad to have you back on the show again. So if you wouldn't mind, just walk everyone through who's watching what your question is, your challenge, and then we'll go from there.
Okay. Ari, here's my question, and it's actually in two parts.
Sure.
If you're doing a webinar or a live stream, and the call to action is a free consultation, what languaging do you recommend for the transition between the teaching or content portion of the webinar and the actual call to action? And part two of the question is, what languaging do you recommend for the call to action itself?
So walk me through what you're saying now when you do your webinars? How do you do it now? Your process, like how does it work?
It's basically, you finish the teaching portion is, I have a free, I'd like to offer you a free consultation, or a complimentary consult is what I actually call it, complimentary, sorry. And, drop your email in the chat or contact me at my email address. And it's just that simple. And I think there's a better way to do it than that way.
Okay, so you know me, I like to go back a couple steps first to fix the problem. So you said when you're done with the teaching part.
Yeah.
So one thing you got to be careful here is you don't want to over-educate on your webinar to the point where there's no reason to talk to you, where they feel full. They feel like they have so many notes and so many ideas that there's no reason to basically move forward with you to have a chat with them. So that goes back. We talk more about this, about creating open loops in your webinar process, where you are educating but still opening up more opportunities to talk with you. But that's a separate conversation. But for now, what you want to say is this. You'd say, here's a languaging, first of all. If what you heard today resonates with you, and you would like the opportunity to have me learn more about your unique situation, your unique circumstances, how this might apply to you, and for me to give you some ideas to help you make a breakthrough, help you move forward, and help you fast track, whatever you teach, your success, then I'm going to go ahead and open up the opportunity for some of you on this call today to have a complimentary one-on-one consultation with me. I normally charge a fee for that.
Okay.
Which of course, your time's worth the fee. And I'm going to waive that fee for today for everybody who wants to have a private one-on-one custom consultation with me. So if you'd like to have that, I'm going to show you on the screen now how do go about doing that. And there's a photo of you there, the name of the consultation, and the value of your time. And then maybe a few bullet points of what they'll get working with you. Clarity on your life blueprint. Identify the biggest obstacles holding you back. Getting clear on your roadmap. Whatever your benefits are, work with you. And then they can see, wow, I get that. I work with her, and she'll have a custom call with me. Why not? To do that, and if I were you, I would create a URL, like a website link that says, book with Gina or callwithgina.com. Just get one like that.
Okay.
And then it's easy to understand that because they can type it in, and then that takes them right to, either a form they fill out or a calendar link where they immediately schedule with you right away. But I wouldn't do, here's my email, contact me, here, call me here. Don't leave it to them to figure out a process to reach you. Just have it very easy. Have the link right there. It says, callwithgina.com. And then it goes right to a calendar link, or it goes to a form they fill out. You can have your assistant reach back out to you to schedule with you. What do you think about that?
Yeah, no, that's genius. I love that. So you wouldn't actually just put the Calendly link, like a Calendly link right there. You would put it to the website page that takes the Calendly.
What's the link going to look like? Is it be like LYZTMZ? It's like a license plate. Who's going to remember a license plate number?
Good point.
That's why you have to get a URL. You have to get a website link for $15 a year. That spells it out in plain English. Callwithgina.com.
Got it.
And that forwards to the link. Because they'll remember that. That's easy to immediately, you can drop that link in the chat box for your webinar and say, click on that link in the webinar there, and it's easy to remember, callwithgina.com, and they'll take it right through, and whoever comes through today, I'll go ahead and take on and schedule in my calendar. If you come after today, you might go on a waiting list depending on my schedule, which is true because you might be busy, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's brilliant.
So you feel the energy there?
Yes. That's so good. I knew you'd come up with something amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. So obviously watch this recording again, write that down, and then get the language in. But the key is that people often are indecisive about moving forward. You have to give them a path to do it in a very simple manner where it feels there's energy towards doing it. Otherwise, people will automatically pull back, disengage, and not pursue, because the hard thing for people is to move to a next step, especially during times like this.
Right.
And you have to give them a motivation and a reason and an incentive and a proposition that's hard to refuse. And I think if you simplify the URL, you get that languaging of how you position it, you have that slide there, and you drop that link in the chat box. That should give everyone who wants to do it with you a chance to move forward. And I would not be surprised if your calendar was full within 24 hours after a webinar like that. You can let us know on your next show how it goes.
Yeah, we'll do. That's brilliant, Ari. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Gina. Talk to you soon. Thanks so much. Bye. All right, that's our first guest in the Stump the Guru show, and we'll bring someone else in the line here. So we have Jalen. Come on in. Hey, how are you?
Hey, Ari, I'm good, man. I'm good. Great to meet you, man.
Good to meet you as well. Appreciate you submitting a video in advance, and love to hear your situation. And we'll have a chat. Fill me in.
Absolutely. I think I have something that is, may actually stump you for maybe a few seconds. So I actually work. Yeah, so I actually work for a company called Sonic Automotive, and it is a car dealership. And so my job is to take their leads from, like, it's a huge company. It's like the 4th largest in America. And so they have maybe like 11 dealerships, and they have leads, right? And my job is to, from my central location, call people from, all across the country, and, kind of answer the talk to them and get them into the door, into the dealership. But as we know now,
just to understand, your job is to call back the web leads. Someone fills out a form online, and
correct.
You call them back
right.
And you, from a central location, your job is to get them to go for a test drive or show up at the
right.
dealer.
Show up any way I know how, whether appraisal, whatever. But my question is in an industry like the car industry, and I know you know about the American car industry, but car industry period, where lies are on both sides. Like, there's lies on both sides. And the good thing is that my company stands for trying to end that. Like, my actual, CEO says he wants to make being a car salesman like a career. He doesn't understand why it's not, because there's so many lies and manipulation. We don't negotiate prices, but the main thing is, how do I sift through the truth about whether this person is, serious, or, what's really going on? Are they interested, or are they just trying to get, because a lot of times they'll ask for information just to get it to take to another dealership, So it's like, how do I have that balance of answering their questions and building enough trust to get them to come in, but not giving too much, to where they say, hey, I got my information. I don't need to come in,
Right.
things like that. But also in the car industry where lying on both sides is kind of like expected.
You'd be surprised that not telling the truth isn't just in the car industry. It's almost in every industry.
Right.
And that's the core problem with selling in general, is that potential prospects and clients hold back from telling people the truth who sell because they're afraid that it'll be used against them to make them do something they don't want to do. So in some way, you're not unique, even though that industry you're in does have a external stereotype of being a mistrust worthy. But I'll tell you right now that almost every industry that sells something has the same issue as you, which is why my mission is to help people with this concept. But walk me through a little bit about walk me through a typical phone call. Like, how does it go? Like, when you call in the back, what do you say on the phone? How do you begin the call? Walk me through an actual scenario.
Yeah. So for example, I will get a lead will pop up, a hot opportunity, right? And they'll say what vehicle that they're interested in. And, also I'll even have like how far they are away from the dealership, all these things, right? And maybe their email, maybe not. And so I give them a call. Like a lot, sometimes they answer, sometimes they don't. But then I'll say, hey, such and such.
Let's role play for a second. So let's just say I'm the lead and you're calling me, and I pick the phone. I say hello.
Okay, yeah. Hey Ari, this is Jalen from BMW Nashville. Did I catch you at a bad time?
All right, stop. When you say, "Did I catch you at a bad time?"
Yeah.
The only people that do that are salespeople.
Right.
See, so what's happening is you may not be even aware of it, but your own approach in itself is feeding that negative impression.
Right.
All right, so we're going to start from the beginning here and change your approach. You're not sending the wrong signals to the person at hello. Because the minute they hear, is this a good time to talk? Or how are you today? Or how's it going? Immediately their guard goes up because they don't recognize your voice. And they say to themselves, I don't know this person.
Right.
I'm going to pull back. That's where the immediate pullback occurs, where now you got to fight the battle. And now it becomes dysfunctional at the end. So let's change your approach, okay?
Okay, got you. Okay.
So let's start with this. You got the name in front of you and the phone in front of you, and you call and say, and they say hello, hello. You say, Julie. First, say their name.
Okay, gotcha. Julie. Okay, got you.
Or whatever their first name is.
This is recorded, so I don't have to take notes, right?
Yeah, no, you have to take notes. Just record it. You play it again. So, you got their name. Say, John.
And just wait.
And they're going to say to you what?
Yes.
Great. That's called a two-way dialogue at hello. That's how you create a connection with somebody. You don't say, hi, my name is, I'm with, how are you today? You're dead at hello. That's the problem.
Got you.
The stereotype just comes out right away. You got to change your approach at hello to build trust. When you say, Mike?
Right.
And he's going to go, yeah. Then you say, hi, Mike. My name is Jalen. And I've got a note here that I think you sent through that you're looking for some help around looking for a vehicle. I think it was a BMW 320i. Is that right?
Yeah.
See, I didn't say I didn't say where I'm from. I didn't say what I do. It's not about me. The call's about them. See, the problem is you're starting the call talking about you, introducing yourself. You got to start the call with them. So I have a note here. A note is more casual. I have a note here that I think it's got to be. I think you sent through. You can't be definitive about it because you got to be a little humble about it. I think you sent through related to you looking for needing some help to look for a car. I think it was a Mercury. Is that correct?
Right.
So you're still searching to make sure it's a fit or not. You can't come in like James Bond with confidence and knowing all the answers, because then they immediately know this guy's way too slick.
Right. Yeah, being too slick is not a good thing.
It's over. You've lost the hello the moment you sound like a salesperson. So you've got to come across more humble, more relaxed. Allow the dialogue to breathe. Allow them to engage with you, because if you come in like straight like that, they're going to pull back on you. So when you say, I've got a note here. I just want to make sure it's from you. I think you were reaching out looking for some help a couple days ago looking for some information around a BMW. I think was that you? Was that you?
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna go. What?
Yeah.
What's he gonna say? Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Hear me say,
Of course, because it's course, and this is all predictable. You know it's going to happen next. Then he'll say, yeah, that is me. It's like, great. So if it's okay with you, maybe you can walk me through a little about what you're looking for, what your timeline is, what your situation is, and we'll kind of go from there. Would that be okay?
Now, what if because a lot of times I call them like during the day when they're at work, like,
sure.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, will they give that pushback or will they eventually, you know what I'm saying? Like,
well, you know what? Let's go through every scenario.
Yeah.
Because they're all different scenarios, right? One scenario is they've got the time. You're calling nice and relaxed. There's no pressure. He did submit the form a couple hours ago. Why not? Let's talk.
Right.
That's scenario number one. Scenario number two is that you've called them back. They're busy at the time, but your approach is very reasonable. It's not aggressive. They do want to talk to you. You can tell they've been in a hurry. You say, look, would it be easier for you if we scheduled a time, say this evening or this weekend, and I can better understand more what you're looking for and give you more of what you need? Would you be open to that? Open is the key word. Would you be open to that?
Wow.
See, the languaging, the approach is so unusual. It's so gracious and so open, so non-car salesy that they're connected to you and they go, wow, he's such a nice guy and he's not trying to sell me anything and he's not the stereotypical car salesman.
Right.
It's so funny because you were telling me the industry has a stereotype, but you unconsciously were actually delivering the same stereotype in your approach.
Right. Yeah.
Isn't that funny how we're almost sleepwalking after all these years, conditioned to make that call in a way that triggers that impression immediately, and now we're on the back trying to fight the battle now?
Yeah, I mean, I've never called my friend and said, like, is this a bad time to talk immediately? Like, I've never done that. So to think about it,
exactly. You want to mirror as if you're calling a family member or somebody you respect, and you want to be gentle about the call, and you want to basically eliminate everything that attaches you to that stereotype.
Wow. Yeah. And it starts from the beginning, man. Hey.
It starts at hello. Mike? Yeah. My name's Jalen. Don't say where you're from. It's not important. My name's Jalen. And I have a note here that I believe you sent through in the last day or so that you're looking for some help, some information around looking for a specific car, whatever it was. Was that you? Just want to make sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, that lets it land. That lets it kind of feel right that you're safe to talk to. You see, you're okay to talk to them because your entry point didn't trigger alarms to go off. Because usually it's over to hello if you do it the other way.
Gosh, it's so funny because like when you called me and I was like, oh, this is hard. Like just some words, it just started vomiting. Like I just started and so when I make it about them, I can see that hey, they would right away to say, hey, you know, well, I have bad credit and all these different things that take layers and time to get to. I can get to from the beginning by just saying, hey, I'm a trustworthy person, and just saying like, you know, what's going on in your mind about your thought process about this. And I'm not a salesperson. I'm kind of like an advisor, just guiding them to the right car for them.
That's it. You are not making assumptions here.
Got you.
You're not assuming they're ready to go buy something. See, that's the problem, is that we have that assumption in your mind. You're like, okay, how do I get them from their house in their car to drive over to that place tomorrow? See, that's your thinking. That's your goal, right?
Yeah, that's my mind. That was my mindset. Yeah.
You got to let go of that because it's premature to the process. You have to first connect with them, build trust with them, understand them. Then if it makes sense, then you can suggest a plan for them for a next step after that.
Wow. Hey, man, I tried to stump you. I tried my best.
Hey, Jalen, come on back for the next show again, and we'll do some more of this, all right?
All right, man. Thanks a lot, Ari.
Good to see you. Take care.
All right.
All right. If you want to get in the show, just go to stumptheguru.com right now. That'll take you right into the queue here, and I can select you to come in the show. We have a few more minutes left, so I'll grab some more people who are waiting in line here to have a chat. I see Sam waiting here, and I see Mike just came in. Hi, Mike. Come on in. Thank you. And if you want to get in the show right now, ask me a live question. Try and stump me with your toughest sales challenge. I welcome it. I've been doing this for 20 years. When I used to do live seminars, I used to do live cold calls in front of an audience of thousands of people. So I had lots of fun doing this. So bring it on. All right. So next person will come on. We'll have Sam come on in. Sam, how are you? From Australia, right?
Yeah, Ari. Yeah, Brisbane, Australia. Thanks very much.
Right.
I think this one might stump you. This one here, I've thought about how would Ari actually even do this one. I thought, well, it'd be a good question.
Well, if it's a tough one, I want to hear it. So can you a little closer to the mic? It's a little bit hard to hear you.
Okay, this one's quite tough. In my industry
Sure.
is I sell copiers and printers, and one of the traditional ways to prospect that sales managers are constantly in my ear about is to do what's called the door knock. Simply go into a business, particularly when you're in a business, you go see what's called the sandwich call, which is the one to the left and the one to the right.
Right.
So we go in there and try to get, it's a prospecting tool. Now, in all my years of doing this, it's never worked. And it's really, when you say over at hello, literally as I open up the door, I can see them already have a panic look about them or fear. I'm defeated before I walk in as well.
And you're a good-looking guy too. What's going on with that? What's their problem, right?
Well,
Sure.
I think it's the baldness. They think, I don't know what they think, But
Sure.
yeah, so my question is, how can I actually do that prospecting tool, even though I don't think it's the most effective tool, but there is an expectation to do it. How can I go into a business in a fashion that's trustworthy or some fashion where I'm not met with resistance the minute I slide the door open?
All right.
Does that make
So,
sense?
yeah, I got you. Question for you. First of all, when you walk into a business, what do you have in your hands?
Nothing. I've tried different things, but I go in typically with nothing. I just go in.
So you have nothing in your hands at all. You're dressed normally, and you walk in the door, and they get afraid of you.
Yeah. Well, I'm
Before
dressed
you
in
say a
like a
word?
suit. I was dressed in a suit or but I don't.
All right.
walk
So
in there with any.
all right. So maybe don't wear a suit. Maybe wear a blazer and jeans and a nice shirt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the suit might be the one visual thing that throws the whole thing off.
Yeah.
Who's wearing a suit in Brisbane right now, walking around from office to office, other than people selling? I don't know.
Well,
But anyways, if it's just a visual thing, I would make it a little more casual in terms of, if you have nothing in your hands, great. Because my first idea was leave everything in the car, hands-free, casual dressed. There should be nothing visual that should create any problems with that. If there is, I'm missing something here. Because you could be a customer, you could be the manager of the, who knows? You're just a normal person walking the front door of a real business. I can't imagine alarms going off with that, unless I'm missing something here.
No,
all right.
No, that's fair enough. Yeah.
So let's assume that. So when you go to the front desk, what do you say from there?
Well, I've tried many different things. But when I go into the front desk, typically there's a receptionist, right? And I walk in there sometimes and I say, hi, look, I don't know if I can actually help you, but I'm just curious. I've got a customer next door. We help them save some money in copiers. And I'm just curious, what do you guys do for a copier here? And I'm trying to get them to relax a little bit and give me something. And usually they don't really have any much of idea and if I don't get anywhere, I go, look, you know who the person might be interested in having that as a solution or solving some cost issues. And if I walk out of there with a name, then it's a little bit of a success.
Sure.
But that's usually my approach. But I've tried going in there with a gift, a chocolate. I've tried going in there with, look, we're around the corner. We're a business around the corner. We specialize in this. I might go to a technology park where a lot of other businesses around there. So, but I haven't found anything, Ari, that's really traditionally worked.
All right. So it is the toughest medium of all, of course, to do it this way. But I will suggest that when they say, how can I help you? You say, I'm hoping you can help me out for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Like you would on a phone call. And I do like what you said there. I own a business. We're in a business in the area here, and we're going around to local businesses offering a complimentary assessment or audit of each of the offices, copy your systems to make sure you're not currently using something that's not efficient or overpaying, or you might have other needs. So we're doing a free assessment now for the next 30 days without any fee at all. I was curious to know if you happen to know who would be most interested in that in your company.
Yeah, I like that. I haven't tried that. That's the free assessment thing I like. And I love that. That's beautiful. That's different. And I think that would disarm people. Yeah. Okay.
It's hard. See, it's hard to say no to a proposition that's simple, does not contain any sales pitch in it, and it makes sense. It's a complimentary assessment to businesses in the area who would like to have more information about whatever it might be. Just if you refine that offer there and you come in the front door relaxed and you start that, I think you'll be fine, Sam.
So go in there with I'm hoping you might be able to help me out for a moment.
I work in the business in the area here, and we're offering everyone in the neighborhood here on the office park a complimentary assessment of their current office equipment in terms of their printing, and to make sure they're not using anything that's not working or overpaying, or is there some areas they could use some help with. There's no charge at all. We are waiving the fee for people in this area, and I was just curious if you happen to know who would be most interested in that in the office.
Okay, let's say you did that scenario, and I'm the receptionist, and over my shoulder you can see a big A3 copier, and you're filled with hopium because you know it's an old machine, and they say, "Oh, we're right, Ari, yeah, we're cool," and yet it's pretty obvious there's one in the corner, and it's old.
Yeah, so it's about the assessment. So you're saying she says, "No, we don't want the assessment."
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's the only so you just created a different scenario. Don't forget, you came in the front door offering this opportunity. All she can say to you is, or he can say to you, "Oh, well, contact Mike. He's our office manager." If they say no, well then there's a flat out no, but that's probably unlikely if you do it in a way that's non-threatening.
Yeah. I like
so
that.
you see, your brain went right to, I can fix that. It's right there. Let me add it. You got Sam. You got to do it in sequence. You got to do it in a way that they feel comfortable with you first. Then you can do your thing.
I like that. I like that what you're offering is the consultation, the review. You're not offering anything else. And what they're saying no is to, an evaluation.
That's correct. You're not making any assumptions that you can help them until you've determined they've got a problem. This whole model that I teach is problem centric. You have to have a problem that's diagnosed first before you can recommend a solution. You can't just, it's a doctor-patient relationship. You can't jump in and say, here's the medicine you need to fix your problem. They're like, well, I don't have a problem.
Yeah. I like the opening going in there. I'm hoping you might be able to help me out. That softens everything, I think, because I haven't done that, and I think that's it. So
it's the same thing as Jalen. Jalen was coming in the front door too aggressive. The same thing. You got to open that subtly. Anyways, I got to jump next person in line. Sam, good to see you. We'll see you soon.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Ari.
Always a pleasure, my friend.
Thank you.
Take care. Okay, we have someone else in the queue here. We'll bring forth Mike. Mike, come on in. Hi, Mike.
Hey, Ari, how are you doing?
Good.
I haven't had the pleasure of speaking with you in about 7 or 8 years.
I recognized the name when I saw it. Probably didn't obviously see each other probably back then anyways.
Well, you've changed my career. I've learned so much from your program. I use it every day. But I'm stumped. And my question is at the tail end of a sale. I have an existing client. He's actually my largest client. And I'm I use life insurance as a retirement savings and accumulation vehicle here in the United States.
Right.
The client approached me. He says, Mike, I'm about 5 years away from retirement. And he laid out a very specific series of requirements, what he was looking for. We did the research, came back with a specific product that would work for him. And now for the last year, all I've gotten is a waffle. And we're not trying to push. It was him saying, this is what I need. If you can find it, then let's get it implemented. And we've done that. And
so has he gone dark on you?
Not dark, but he keeps changing the goalpost.
What's he saying?
First, we went from 7 years to 5 years to 4 years to retirement. Now we're back to, I think we're back to 5 years. I sent him an email last week. Basically, I politely said to him, you approached us and you laid out a very specific series of criteria that you were looking for. We presented you with a product that met all of those criteria. And I went through and outlined each of the specific criteria. And I said, we're stumped. What is your reluctance at this point to move forward? Please let us know.
That was your last email to him?
Yeah.
All right.
No response.
All right, let's stop for a moment. Okay, I hear you. That's the classic scenario. There's two things here. All right, let me give you the solution to getting to the truth behind this now. And there's also some education on this and how you can prevent this from happening ever again.
Yep.
Right. So there's only one thing left at this point in the process, because if you keep pursuing him, it'll be antagonistic because you're chasing him now. And now this went from someone who wants to work with you to someone who now does not want to hear from you anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're chasing him and bugging him from his perspective. Who knows?
Understood.
Even though you're not, but from his view, he's like. So what I'm trying to say is, there's only one last thing left to do, and that is what I call the approach of falling on your sword. Now, what that means is this.
Yeah.
You give let's say his name is Mike. You give me a call on the phone, and you say, "Hi, Mike. It's Mike. I just wanted to give you a call. Here it is. Not to move things forward." That's the first thing you say. Because the moment you say that to him, he'll kind of go, huh? Because the whole time you're pursuing this deal, and now you're saying, I'm not going to move things forward. That disarms right at hello. Does that make sense?
It does.
Then you say, I'm just giving you a call to apologize. Now he's really confused and shocked. I just want to apologize because I haven't heard back from you. I know things have been changing back and forth for us for the last few months, and I wanted to apologize because I'm sure somewhere along the way I may have dropped the ball, not asking your questions appropriately, not giving you what you needed, something along the process. It must have been me, and that's why we haven't come together here to figure out a way to solve your challenge. And I'm sure it was me, and I just want to only call for only one reason, and that is to get some feedback from you as to how I can improve for next time around. I'd really appreciate any feedback you might have so I can improve myself in this process. Thank you so much.
I like that. Yeah, I like that a lot.
See, what that does is it
gets
ends
to the truth.
Game. It gets the truth, and it humanizes the experience. Maybe it was on your end. You don't even know it. Maybe something you did unknowingly caused him to not feel comfortable telling you the truth. That's why he's playing this game with you back and forth. He's not comfortable telling you where he stands.
Yeah.
He's treating you like it's just not right. The whole relationship feels dysfunctional now.
Yeah, it is.
So, but by you falling your sword and saying, hey, it's probably me, and I apologize for that, what will probably happen is he'll probably say something like this. He'll say, no, it's not you, Mike. And out comes the truth.
Yeah.
Now, if you can't get him on the phone, you can put this on email as well if you want to.
All right, that's what I was going to ask, because he's almost impossible to get on the phone.
Okay, but give us some space. Wait at least a week. Don't do it. So give us some space.
In 2 weeks.
Oh, that you can do it now then.
Okay.
So just re-listen to this again, write the transcript down and write it down. And the subject line, the email should be this. It should be apology, ... Hi, John. I hope you're doing well. I'm not writing you to move things forward. ... And you write this. I assume at this point you've probably decided not to move things forward, which is perfectly fine. I'm just writing you to apologize, because most likely this didn't work out together because probably somewhere along the way I didn't answer your questions. I didn't understand your needs deep enough. I didn't really do a deep dive in your situation enough or really understand what you're looking for. That's probably why we were off alignment. So I wanted to get some feedback from you as how I can improve to make myself a better person at what I do for the future. Appreciate your help. Thank you so much.
And you're saying I can download a copy of the transcript?
You can listen to this and just write it down, the recording.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Ari.
Take care. Thanks for coming in.
My pleasure. Have a great evening or afternoon, whatever it is over there.
Sounds good. Thank you. All right, do one more person in the queue here. If you want to exit there, and we'll click on Gloria. Gloria, come on in. If you're still there. I can't see you. Oh, wow. You're on TV, so you may want to do that.
Come in, please.
All right, we'll take you out. We'll take you out. That's funny. Okay, this is live, everybody. Anybody else want to jump in and ask a question to be able to get your questions answered today on your biggest sales challenge? It's been a great show. It's been a lot of fun. If not, just go to unlockthegame.com/stumptheguru, and you can submit your question there in advance, and I'll review it. And if it makes sense for the show, you'll be selected, and I'll have you come in to the next show date, and we'll answer the question for you live. If you want to reach out to me for a complimentary one-on-one chat together, just go to unlockthegame.com/free consult to apply to have an hour with me for a private chat for free. And if not, just tune back into our show next 4 weeks. We'll have some more fun together. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night, great evening wherever you are in the world, and we'll speak with you soon. Take care. Signing off. Bye-bye, everyone.